First, I want to address a couple of things that are different in the video. I did cut my hair. I struggle, I suffer from, I live with bipolar disorder, and part of my bipolar disorder is a lot of impulse control, kind of. But anyway, I had been fighting the urge to kind of shave my head for a while. I had my dreads for a little over 2 years, and I love them, and I will have them back pretty soon. I just needed a break. I felt very negative about them, towards them, from them. I just had a lot of icky feelings going on with them. So I decided to cut them, and I did think about it for months prior, or for a couple months prior, because I tried really hard not to be so impulsive when it comes to my hair anymore. But the truth of the matter was that where I had bleached them and colored them before, and where I had bleached and colored my hair prior to getting my dreads, they did have weak spots, and they were kind of damaged. So I'm going to take this time to grow my hair out. All of this is like natural hair color. Well, this part on top anyway, this is obvious. But all this is my natural hair color, and all this is super healthy hair. So I'm going to just leave it alone and grow it out a little, and then I'm going to put my dreads back in. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to change the name of the channel or Instagram or anything like that. Probably not. Anyway, in this video, you will see in just a second that we had kind of get together yesterday with my husband's family, and it was a lot of fun, and I made a ton of food for it. So I'm going to show you some of the recipes that I made in kind of a weird way, probably, because I still haven't gotten the hang of this whole being in front of a camera thing, or behind a camera, or any of it. But yeah, so I hope you enjoy this video. So today, I'm going to attempt to show you how I make our tamales. Now, I want to preface this by saying I barely know what I'm doing. We have only made them twice. This is our third time. We're actually making them for a big kind of family get-together that we're having tomorrow. And so a family get-together that we're having tomorrow, and so I figured I'd just give you kind of the rundown. What I'm gonna do first, well, first technically I'm cooking a bunch of black beans in my Instapot, getting them nice and ready to go, and then I'll show you what I do with them later. Right now I am cutting up these chilies. I just basically split them open. I'm going to get the seeds out of them, and then I'm going to put them in this pot of water. I will get back to you. So right now we're just going to cut these up. Okay, so here are all my chilies in our pot of water, and I'm going to make them boil. And these chilies aren't really hot, so I am going to put a few red pepper flakes in there to just spice them up a little bit. So I totally forgot to start recording before I blended this, but it is just those peppers that I boiled until they got soft. I put those and a little bit of the juice or the water from the pot into that with this can of green chilies and blended it up, and that is the red sauce. Come over here. This is masa. Hold on, I'll show it to you. Just corn masa. That's all there is to it. Mixed with quite a bit of olive oil. I probably used about that much, so I don't really know how much that is, but it's about that much of the bottle. And probably a little less than half of this vegetable broth, and I don't know, maybe a cup of that red sauce. Mix that in here with a little bit of salt until it's pliable, like that. I might put a little bit more oil in it before we're ready to mash it out. Now I am working on the filling. So this is a pot of black beans. I'm gonna add 2 cans of corn and probably 2 more cans of these green chilies and a diced poblano pepper. So yeah, just a poblano pepper. And then after that, I'm going to put the rest of that red sauce in here and a little bit of water, and I'm going to let that simmer for a pretty long while it gets thick and very tasty. We're also going to put cumin and chili powder in there and maybe some adobo seasoning, and that is going to be the filling for the red tamales that we're making. Okay, so next we are taking our tomatillos that we are going to roast in the oven for our green sauce. We're just peeling all the husks off of them and setting them upside down on this tray, and I'm putting them in the oven with the broiler on high and letting them get just a little toasty, and then we're going to start making our green sauce. For our, you saw what we're doing for our red tamales. Now for our green tamales, we're making this green sauce. And we've got a few cans of jackfruit. Last time we made them with fresh jackfruit, and they came out kind of tough. So this time we've opted to use canned jackfruit until we figure out a better way of making the fresh jackfruit. So we've got our cans of jackfruit. So we have this Better Than Bouillon no chicken base that's supposed to be like a chicken flavor, I guess. It says vegetarian on the front, but as you can see, it is vegan. So we are going to kind of put the jackfruit in a pot with this first and let that boil for a little while and get that flavor while our green salsa is being made, and I will show you how to make that in just a second. Okay, so now we're going to make queso. I have a ton of cashews in here and not quite enough water to cover them all. Then I'm going to add a can of Rotel. Whoop. A little onion powder. A little garlic powder. Ooh, that was a lot of garlic powder, but it's alright. A little chili powder. Oh, that's not coming out. Take the lid off that. I know. Cumin. Mustard, and this is pretty important. It always tastes a little weird if you don't put mustard in it. And salt. Ooh. And now my chili powder is actually open, so chili powder. Cut that in half. And then we're going to do the juice from 1 lime. Good job. I had a citrus squeezer, but I lost that somehow in the move. Oh, I'm going to have to use both hands for this.
You're so short.
I'll blend this. And when we're done, that's our queso. Super creamy, crazy delicious. So now we're gonna make our green salsa. So in my blender here, we're just gonna toss in these tomatillos that we roasted. There's that, and I'm gonna put in this poblano. Probably gonna tear it a little. There's that. Tore up the poblano a little bit. Now I'm going to de-seed this serrano just to give it a little bit of heat. Okay, so I'm putting in half of the serrano because I don't want to make it too spicy because we do have kids that are gonna eat some of this. So I'm putting in half, and then I'm gonna tear up some of this cilantro and add that in there. So we have our cilantro in there, and now I'm going to press some garlic into it. Sorry. Four cloves of garlic into there, and then we're just going to add some water. And now we're just going to blend this. So that is our green sauce. I'm going to drain some of the water out of this jackfruit that has been simmering in the bouillon. And then I'm going to add the green sauce and let that simmer a little longer. One thing I forgot to tell you is make sure you soak your corn husks. Ours are in water, and these pots and bowls are just full of water to kind of weigh them down so that they stay submerged. So those will soak for probably about 2 hours before we use them. Okay, so now we're putting the masa for the red tamales in the corn husk. So you just put a little bit in there, flatten it out until it covers it pretty well. Sean, come hold the camera. Please hold it correctly. And then we're just gonna spoon a little of the mixture. It smells so good. And I'll probably put a little bit too much in that one, but it'll be alright. And then you just roll it, pinch the end, fold it up, pinch this end, fold it in. And then I'm going to put it, just sit it in here. This is our steamer pot. So we're just going to fill this up with red tamales and then cook them, and then we'll start with the green tamales. And I just want to tell you guys, oh my gosh, this stuff right here is so good. So here's our pot of red tamales. They are getting ready to start steaming up. They'll be steaming for about 2 hours, and then we'll switch them out with the green ones. In the meantime, we are going to eat dinner, and our dinner is going to consist of nachos with the leftover filling from the red tamales and the leftover filling from the green tamales, and some delicious cashew queso. For the green masa, we're doing it the same way we did the red, with the masa and the olive oil and the vegetable oil. The only difference is we will be using some of the green salsa instead of the red salsa in the mix. And that's that. Okay, so now we're going to make some refried beans. I've already made some right here. I guess they're technically refried beans, but I'm not actually refrying them, so I don't know. I just got a big pot of pintos here that we seasoned. I'm going to actually put more seasoning in them. We made way too much, but they will get eaten. If not at the party, they will get eaten by my family through the week, so I'm not worried about it. And so that's it. That's our refried beans, or whatever you want to call them. That's our beans. Okay guys, I hope you enjoy that. If you did, please give me a thumbs up down below. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, please put them in the comments section. As always, please like my Facebook page, The Dreadhead Mermaid, or my Instagram at LP_The Dreadhead Mermaid. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, blah, 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 blah. And y'all be good.